Hi guys, it's 8:30 in the afternoon, in the morning right now. It's the 12th, actually the 11th of February. Holy shit, guys! There's been a lot of things happening. I have to apologize for a lot of things. Went to my dog as well, because I was trying to take care of the things I needed to do for my own health, but my dog still, she missed me a great deal, and when I saw her, she was just looking very dejected, as if I left her. I'm trying to make it up to my dog right now. Okay, so you want to find out what the hell happened? Well, as you know, I'm still taking care of that abscess. Yesterday was supposed to have been wound care day. Me going over to Kaiser, to the doctor's office, actually to the specialty area, and get the wound rebandaged. But because there was a stench of bacteria or infection, they called it, they weren't going to take any chances at that point. Of course, they'd bandage it up a bit, but then they kept saying, you need to go to urgent care. You need to go to the Kaiser urgent care to have it taken care of. One problem, guys. Kaiser's got this thing going on. And their transportation system is they can't transport you between Kaiser buildings. Google Maps, guys. Google Maps. Shall we? Now we're heading over to the 14 freeway in Lancaster, California. Look for the street that says L on it. I'm trying to get that going on my computer here. Believe me, this was insane enough for me anyway. Let's see, you're going to be needing a landmark to get you over there. So, that's what we're going to do. That's what I'm going to look for right now in Lancaster is a landmark by the 14 freeway. Right next to it. A park. Or, actually by 10th Street anyway. Large lot. Costco. Anyway, this particular area is residential, and I think the sparse area probably would catch your attention a little bit. But the 14 freeway is in the area that I'm talking about. Now, there's a park with a lot of baseball fields. And Costco right along Avenue L and the 14 freeway. On the west side of the freeway, which is the left, is the complex of Kaiser. They call it the 15th Street. Now, I used to live in this neighborhood. Me and my family had. About 20 years ago or more. We moved over here after getting bounced out of the San Fernando Valley into places in Palmdale and then Lancaster. We ended up at an apartment complex called the Montecito apartment complex on L and 10th. And in that area of a field, it was all empty. But while my family was living over there, they were building an extended campus for their Kaiser facility to have specialties. boy, did they need them and built them up. I'm not quite sure about the damn architecture, but that's the way they had it. I didn't like it very much. But I'm not going to grumble about it just yet. So, right behind the Montecito Apartments on the east flank is what they call the Butterfly Building. They call it Butterfly, and I want you to do something, okay? You go to the street right in front of the Butterfly, okay? I want you to do the street view on it. You click, there'll be a pop-up. It says Lancaster, and it says Street View, and they'll have that little circle in the background. You click on that Street View picture. Now you're looking at it on the Street View. This is what they mean by the butterflies. That's what makes it distinctive, is the architecture on the damn thing. They got a crystal butterfly in there somewhere. It's like an icon that captures people's attention one way or another. But this is supposed to be broadcasting specialty in health. This is where wound care is. Wound care has nurses. And they help change the bandages, teach the people how to change them at home, give them supplies for it, till the next time they come over there, and they need more supplies to do their wound care at home. Keep this one in mind, okay? I'm going to widen the shot again, and I'm going to bring it back over to the overhead. Alright? I'm going to click on it with a little red mark on it. So now it says 615 West Avenue L. You'll see the prompt coming up says directions. Here we go, guys. Click on the directions. Now, your location may pop up on there. This is not what I want. I want that gone. I want to add another destination to it. So, I'm going to delete and add, or just delete that. I'm going to try to see if I can reverse the direction on that. From that place to choosing another place in Lancaster. So I got 615 marked up, right? Okay. And this is Avenue L, which means from Avenue L, I go all the way over to Kaiser Urgent Care. One of the buildings will work. So I click on that campus. Now, if you notice, there's directions on there, right? Look at the mileage. Look at the mileage. How many miles does it take to walk from Butterfly to the 15th Street? It estimates about 1.6 miles. For me, that would be about 40 minutes of walking at a normal pace, not injured with a foot. If I'm really pissed off, guys, I will walk it pissed and my usual without taking it easy on my damn foot. That's what I did. That's what I did. They did not have transportation to go from one building to the other building, a 1.6 mile difference. Not even order a Lyft or Uber. But they're more than happy to send me to the local hospital, to the ER, with no issues. But they were telling me originally to go to urgent care to get the foot checked because of the wound and because of the smell of infection. They would give me the antibiotics necessary. And in a way, they did. In a way, they did. So, I stormed over there. It took me about half an hour. I was seriously pissed off and putting a hell of a lot of stress on my foot. I got into urgent care. It took me about an hour to get through the process and triage and then wait and finding a place to get my phone charged on a constant basis. And then I waited in the in the urgent care room and waited for a physician's assistant. And I'm telling you what's going on. And they looked at the foot and they smelled. And they had suggestions, one of which is going to the hospital. But before I would go to the hospital, they wanted to make sure that I would actually be able to be pumped up with antibiotics. Great, I'm taking pills, right? Wrong. That, boys and girls, is where they stabbed me and did 2 bags of antibiotics, which took them about 2.5 hours. And by this time, I'm thinking, well, maybe I still have Kaiser transportation to get me back home, I hope. Because if not, I screwed my chances up with a bus or anybody else to get my ass home. I did not want to deal with an overnight stay at the hospital. Guess what, boys and girls? The place is jumping. There was about several units, ambulance units of different companies, and they had the bays full. Now, my situation, since I'm dealing with a potential infection, but it's not life-threatening, I didn't get to be put into the blue zone, which is the urgent situation, meaning life or death. The red would be just urgent care, or almost, but you still have an issue. I was sent there to get an MRI, and that was it. Fate had other plans. I didn't get the MRI until 4:30 in the morning, this morning. I was over there maybe about 2:30 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. A long time. Those beds are uncomfortable as hell. Even though my butt couldn't stand it. The tailbone does not like the creases in that mattresses of theirs. Especially when they're foldable. Over there, they were dealing with probably a typical Tuesday night. Because LA sheriffs were bringing in 2 or 3 people and had them there for something. They had one messed out guy yelling and screaming his head off. As soon as they declared him okay enough, they took him out. Not hogtied, but he was still loopy-headed. They had about 3 or 4 guys taking his ass out of there. I guess over to IRC, the Inmate Receiving Center downtown. Or probably over to Antelope Valley. Who knows? But anyway, there was also other people freaking out left and right. Emotional issues left and right. People coming in with pain that they had to keep moaning. If anybody was going to try getting some sleep, forget it. I stayed up waiting for someone to say, okay, John, we're going to take you over to MRI now. They did their prelims, though. They did their triage without the blood work. But they did stab my finger for the uh, blood sugar. I had drunk, actually, I had maybe slurped on some orange juice, and that was about it. But water, but I really didn't eat anything. So I starved. I waited. I waited and I waited and I waited. People came. People moved. People got transferred. I still waited in one particular stall. But I didn't have a complaint against the nurses. The doctors are too damn overwhelmed, they usually are. But the nurses, the staff were trying to do what they could, with whatever was happening in that. And they were acting as though it was a typical Tuesday. Me, I got into a place of insanity at this point. And I wanted to go back to sleep so damn badly. But I was also worried about my dog, how she was doing. Needless to say, she's asleep. Anyway, this is how I know she misses me. Because she's sleeping in my arm. And this is the same arm that was giving me hell, especially when I kept manhandling my dog. I don't feel the pain as much. I'm not on any medications except for an antibiotic, strong antibiotics. I need to test out another day or two to get the prescriptions going, and I can continue on with the antibiotics to get rid of that stuff I got. And here's the thing. You saw that wad of paperwork from yeah. Well, breaking HIPAA. They did a scan, and they found out I do not have any infection in the bone. Just cellulitis and a cracked skin, and they barely were able to bandage it right. I'm going to have to rebandage it myself and struggle with this one today and tomorrow, I guess. I'm stuck with my boot. I'm stuck with the boot. I got over there with a private ambulance over to the wound care yesterday, and I came home on a private ambulance, coming away from the hospital. And trust me, I'm grateful to be back at home. I don't care if the place looked disastrous or not. Ma's water dish was spewed all over the place. At least a pad soaked it up. Ma had a lot of dry food I put in there. She spilled the damn thing all over the damn floor. I got to sweep it up, but I got more food for her anyway. Now, as for my own hunger level, yeah, this morning, graham crackers and peanut butter. That was breakfast. But this was necessary for me. I even had still my orange juice and water, so it was something for my stomach and my brain and the blood sugar. Trying not to drive me insane at this point. I'm grateful. I'm tired as hell. And I still got homework to do, which I'm still debating right now whether or not I'm still going to be keeping the class or not. But I still got a job to do, and I got to do it. The rest of this week, I've got until Friday afternoon or Friday night to get something worked on. Research it, write it up. That's what a college student does. Different in Alderfort, we have to worry about either health or class. I've taken this class before, different instructor, and I screwed up on the final exam by not taking the final exam. So it gave me a D. I don't want a D. I want a C. I want to see if I can actually do this damn thing or not. I came home. Last night was raining and windy like crazy, and I come home and it's still cloudy as hell, windy as hell, and let it be. I'm just grateful for being home and with my dog. And she's still alive and she's still breathing. But the one thing I hadn't heard her was fussing a great deal. I haven't heard her whine yet. That's what I'm worried about. She's just grateful that she's not whining at me. And even though she is a stinky puppy, I still have to clean this dog off. I'm grateful she's still here. I don't like abandoning my dog, especially when it means I still have to take care of myself. But I still have to rate anyway, because if I don't take care of myself, I can't take care of her. And that logic sound. That logic is sound. For right now, I just gotta do what I gotta do to take care of this dog. I still need to get me some food. Crackers and peanut butter are okay for temporary, but I need something more substantial than that. And I may have to break a bank or two to do what I want to do at this point. I'm freaking hungry. Yeah, I got cereal to do, and I got eggs and bacon, sausage, hash browns I can fix. I can do that for myself. You know what I can also do for myself? I can get me a breakfast burrito with eggs, ham, and hash browns in it. Get two. Because I am hungry. How about you? That being said,